Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say welcome to the challenge group and thank you for joining us. Um, I want to go over a couple of things as we get started in this group because my focus here is heavy on the food side or the nutrition side. And so there's a couple of things that I wanted to share with you, resources you may not be aware of. If you will look on your Challenge Tracker app and you're in the news feed, can you see that? The button where you can scroll the news feed, at the top of it, it says Info and Files. In that section, if you click on it, you'll see there's a files section there. Right now it says 3 files, and in there are PDFs of a program nutrition guide, which I am using right now, that is super helpful. It gives you food lists and helps you to know how to measure that according to your goals and your size and whatnot. But there's also a couple other things in here too. One is a pH table, which is kind of an important but technical thing about nutrition that I think is really helpful. It categorizes foods according to their acidity. And if you have any stomach sensitivities or food sensitivities or digestive issues, one thing you might want to check is how acidic your normal diet is and try to eat more foods that are more alkaline. And so open this chart and it will show you what those particular foods are. And you might be surprised that maybe you're eating a bunch of things that are contributing to your digestive issues, and it would be very easy to switch. So anyway, look at that as part of your nutrition education, one of the aims of this group. The other resource in there is a food target chart, and it categorizes food based upon their health and nutritional value. And so similar to the food pyramid that the government puts out, this is a more robust resource that helps you to see which foods are the closest to the most ideal to optimize my health, whether it's a fruit, vegetable, or a carb, or a protein, or whatever. It tells you which ones of these are better for you than others, so to help you make wise choices in what you're eating. Okay, so all that being said, check out those resources, please, and let me know if you have any questions about them, and I can help walk you through it. Okay, so the other thing I want you to do in this group is, at least for a couple of weeks, I want you to track your food. All right, now there's lots of different ways that you can do this. I am keeping it very, very simple. I make this really lame chart that lists the different food groups: my veggies, fruits, protein, carb, fats, seeds, and oils, and different kinds of nut butter, because I like peanut butter and almond butter and things like that. So these are categories that line up with the categories in the nutrition guide for the program in this challenge. And it tells me, according to my goals and my size, how many of each I should eat every day. And so I just have the date across the top, and as I eat, I put in a little check mark and see how I do by the end of the day and make sure I'm eating enough of the right things. All right, that's a very easy way to do it. There's also a couple of apps that you can add to your phone. Beachbody has a nutrition app that's free that makes it very simple for you to log your food, and it ties to the challenge tracker. So when you report a healthy meal and take a picture of it, or take your Shakeology, then it will load right to the app. So that's kind of handy if you want to have something kind of electronic and on your phone. The other one is the MyFitnessPal app um, has a food tracker too. Now this one works completely different than the nutrition app, and it wants you to load each food individually, and then it categorizes it for you, and it counts the calories for you, and it kind of summarizes your daily intake in that regard. So it takes a little bit longer to build up the foods that you normally eat in the quantities, and it requires you to measure that and input it here. Um, but it's still pretty handy, and if you use it for a couple of weeks, it gets pretty easy. But it provides for you kind of the guideline of how much food am I really eating? Am I meeting my targets for the macros that I'm trying to reach in terms of how many vegetables I'm eating every day or how many proteins or whatever? And so that you know right where you stand. Because I think a lot of us believe that we eat a lot better than we actually do, and this helps to keep us honest. So I will encourage you to try something like this, either electronically or a manual thing like I'm doing, and using the resources that are loaded into your challenge tracker to help you with that, okay? So on a couple other things real quick, on the tracker, show us your food. It's another accountability part of the group. When you're actually taking a picture of what you're eating, it helps you to think, is this something that I really should be eating? And kind of just keeps your mind on that. So show us, and maybe we'll be inspired to try what you're eating, okay? And finally, if you have been with me in other groups previous, you might notice some of the same posts come up in the daily news feed. And that's on purpose, quite frankly. Some of the material that I share is pretty good and pretty helpful, I think, especially about nutrition and food, and it is worth repeating. You know, we need reinforcement, and even if we've heard the same thing before, it doesn't hurt to hear it again. So I hope it doesn't bother you that you're seeing some of the same materials as previous groups, but I'm doing that on purpose because we need the reinforcement. All right, so I hope you're working out and enjoying that, whether it's with this program or something on your own. It doesn't matter. I just want you to be active and busy, but really to focus on your food, because your greatest changes in results for your shape comes from what you eat, and I want us to be focused on that. So again, thanks for being here. Sorry I'm kind of long-winded today, but I just wanted to give you some of that heads up and welcome you to the group and encourage you to get serious about your food and see what kind of results you can get from it. All right? Bye.